عفوك إني للنور مدت يداي نزعت أسرار قلبي وجئت ألقي أسايا.
So your wife called the cops on you and you're a man living in the West. Here's what might happen. Before we get into the video, I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe, and share our content. You know, this is a YouTube channel that I've created for men living out in the West to keep their deen in check, to keep their fitness in check, and to go become the best versions of yourself. So your wife called the cops on you in the West. Now this was a wife of yours that you were married for many years, many years, and it doesn't matter how much she promised you or what type of promises she kept with you of, oh, we're gonna be partners in crime, or all these big words about I can't live without you, or I'm gonna go down in the bridge with you, doesn't matter where you are. She might call the cops when it's time to untie the knots. This is a thing that they're coached on by feminists, by lawyers, to allege allegations on you. I teach countless men in my group, and we do boxing here in my facility, and there's so many stories, countless stories of men, alleged violence, alleged charges of all sorts, which I don't want to get into in detail. But however, let me put a disclaimer out there. I am not saying that there are people who do these things. All I'm saying is that there's a lot of alleged fake charges and breaches that these women plot on men. If you're a man living in the West, you need to be aware of this, especially if you're a normal man living a normal life, never did any crime. This is something that might come on your life as a criminal charge living in the West, and it could be an alleged charge. The way it works in Canada and the US, it's not about you're innocent until proven guilty. You're guilty until proven innocent. It's the other way around when it comes to domestics. So again, please watch the video in detail, and we're gonna talk about different things. Now, this is how it might go when you're a man who gets this call from your local police service. Depending on which city you're living in, you're gonna get a call from whichever police service saying, hey, I'm a detective calling from such and such police service. You know, your ex-wife alleged, you know, you did such and such, and we're going to be charging you harassment or whatever the charge is. They're gonna meet up with you or tell you to turn yourself in. Now, I'm gonna go into this in great detail. When they're telling you that, or they're saying any sort of thing about you have to turn yourself in or we're coming to meet you, you need to tell them, hey, I'm gonna call my lawyer. You're gonna hang up the phone, you're gonna get his badge number, you're gonna get his cell phone number, you're gonna get the direct contact number, and you're gonna get the reference number, and you're gonna call a lawyer. There's tons of lawyers in Toronto. Our group works with a bunch of lawyers, and if you wanna hit us up on Instagram, we can definitely refer you some of the best lawyers that deal with this. You're gonna call a lawyer, and you're gonna let him know about the situation, and your lawyer's gonna tell you the same. You're gonna turn yourself in, however, he's gonna get you out the next morning. And remember, these are alleged charges. So again, they have to prove it in court, and you're gonna go have a trial. Your job is to make sure, first and foremost, is to dress really warm. The other thing when I say warm is you have to make sure you can only put one piece of clothing on. They do not let you wear jackets or even undershirts when you go to the holding cell. It's a very cold out there. They make it cold for a reason. They want you to break. They want to scare you. So you got to put on a nice warm, like a blanket type hoodie. If I must say, that's warm enough to keep you lasted in there. And wear very warm pants, thick pants. Most ideally thick jeans or something comfortable. If you have something of Lululemon or something like that, wear that. And what ideally you want to do is you're going to tell them that we're cooperating, and you want to turn yourself in at the latest time possible. So since you're going to get released the next day, you want to go in there at like 2 in the morning or like 3 in the morning, turn yourself in, or delay the process, so this way you're not spending too much time in the holding cell. Now when you get there and you turn yourself in, they're going to put cuffs on you. It depends on your situation. If they came to your house, you're gonna try to tell them that, hey, I want my cuffs put in the front. I'm not no violent criminal. And a lot of times the police officers will put the cuffs in the front because it's very uncomfortable in the cruiser. And if they're gonna drive you toward, depending on how far the police station is from where your ex-wife alleged the charges on you, you're gonna have to drive to that city. Just make sure you're very comfortable and you're cooperating with the cops, you're nice, and police officers also understand these situations, so they'll put it in the front. And now when you get to the station of where they're handing you off to, those guys are going to assign a detective on this. And a detective's gonna eventually come and talk to you, but first they're gonna put you in a holding cell. They're gonna try to make sure that you get scared and you try to break, because their goal is to make sure you make a statement of your charges. They wanna get a confession out of you. They want you to agree to the charges, which you're not going to do. Absolutely, you're not going to do that. Your lawyer's gonna tell you that, everybody's gonna tell you that. You're gonna say, talk to my lawyer, talk to the hand. You don't wanna talk to them. So now you get to the police station, they take you down, they process you, they fingerprint you, they take the cuffs off, they strip search you, or sometimes they don't really even strip search you, they just pat you down, and then they take you to your holding cell. Now these holding cells are 6x6. You get a concrete slab and concrete walls, and a toilet and a sink right there. So it's a very small place. It's 6 by 6, and you have to mentally be ready to go in there. Now, once you get in there, do whatever you gotta do to warm up, do some push-ups, do some, back and forth pacing. You can request the police officers to give you like some kind of thing for your water, so that you can scoop your water if you're gonna, use the toilet to wash yourself up. You can ask for soap, they'll give you that. The best thing you should do is make sure that you tell them you're Muslim, you're Jewish or whatever, you want halal food or kosher food. You need to make sure you tell them that, so they have to order food from outside for you. And the food that they have to order is from a restaurant, so you'll get better food, versus jail food is crap. They're gonna give you cold turkey sandwiches and offer you haram food anyways, so you don't wanna do that. You wanna make sure you let them know your rights. You're a Muslim, you want halal food, they have to order food for you. Depending on the situation, but couple hours in, usually a detective will come and he's going to take you inside a room, and his goal is to try to break you. He's gonna almost make you try to say, you did this, you did that, just accept it, blah, blah, blah. How was your relationship? He's gonna twist and turn facts around, try to get into your head for you to confess, saying you did this other charge, whether you did it or not. And you have to make sure you keep quiet, tell your lawyer, my lawyer will talk to you, I'm not here to say anything, I don't wanna say anything, I plead the fifth. Your goal is you have the right to remain silent, you don't have to give any statement. And after eventually of them harassing you, depending on the detective, some harass you, some don't give a shit, some just come there, they kind of just do it as it's an everyday job, and they just ask you your name and stuff and let you go, put you back in your cell. But your goal is to make sure you don't make any statement. And after that, go back in your cell, do as many push-ups as you can, try to stay warm, try to get sleep. The other thing is, depending on which jail you are in, some jails have very horrible conditions. I don't even know how they let this happen, but some holding cells have the lights on the entire night, and you're gonna be staring at a light all night. You gotta mentally prepare for that. There's gonna be a light on your face, just like how we have these lights on my face right now, for the next however many hours you're in there. And that's why I suggest to go in there late, so you're not spending that much time in jail. And yeah, it's gonna be cold, it's gonna be uncomfortable, but again, stay calm, pray in there, time will be off, your phone won't be there, and the next morning, inshallah, you'll be released. Just make sure that you understand that this will happen, and this might happen if you're a man living in the West, because they get trained. Your ex-wife will get coached by cops because they're just greedy for whatever things that they want to get out of you, or custody, or this, that. They want to make you look like a bad person. So this might happen in terms of an arrest. Now, once you get an undertaking, just make sure that you're trying to avoid any breaches or any sorts of situations where you might be breached, because it's a very, very delicate law. So what I recommend is just cut all ties with the ex. If you have kids, I can just let you know, court orders don't even hold any value in Ontario. The undertakings trump the court orders. It's a kind of a tricky situation of a law. It's not a fair law, but I would recommend highly to do some research. Even when it's third-party exchanges for kids, your ex might show up near you. She'll come on purpose. She'll come there before time, and then all she'll do is call the cops and say, oh, I'm scared, or some shit like that, and then you're screwed. So as a man, you gotta be very careful and understand that now you gotta cut all ties, because some of these exes, they're crazy. They're out there for lunch. They're out there to screw your life. You have to remain as a man of value and as a man of character, and at the end of the day, people will know what's what, and the streets will know what's up. You'll come out victorious in this. You'll come out with more respect in this. All I recommend is just please stay away, because you don't want to get breach charges. I'm gonna make some more videos coming up. We're gonna talk about more of these charges in some other video. But what I want you all guys to do is like and subscribe my channel and share this channel. We're gonna be talking about a lot of content of being a man in the West and dealing with these situations. So I highly recommend, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day.